Home sweet home, folks. The housing boom is back. Sales of new single-family homes jumped more than 16%, beating expectations in the most recent month. And picking up on those strong gains that we saw in 2019, it's triggered a strong jobs numbers, particularly construction workers, contract workers on residential homes, is lifting the price of lumber. And yet still experts are saying that home ownership is not a good investment. Joining me to discuss this, Sam DeBianchi Real Estate. I just want to talk about the trends that we're seeing, Sam, in the housing market. How are you feeling about this? Because I think the rally we saw in 2019 is back.
Sure. So my first question is, when can I debate these experts that say that owning a home is not a good investment? I mean, when you look at basic economics, of course, like you said, lumber is up, construction's up. So, naturally, if you're spending more to build a home, the price of the home also has to go up. So I think if we're looking at it from that perspective, then yes, maybe it's not a matter of is it a good investment or is it a bad investment, but more so is it, it needs to be more of a long-term investment. So instead of owning the home, let's say for 3 to 5 years until you sell, you might have to own it for 7 to 10 years. But let's look back at mortgage rates. Mortgage rates for a 30-year fix right now is at 3.03%. That's insane. I know people that are buying homes with mortgage rates for a 30-year fix at under 3%, 2.875%, because they have good credit and so on and so on. So, when we ask that question of, is it a good time to invest in real estate, to own a home? It really depends on your situation. Do you have a job? Do you have money? Do you have that security? And if you can really check all of those boxes, then now is a great time to be buying a home.
Yeah, so, Sam, though, I guess the question, though, is when they talk about the American dream, the centerpiece for most people, right, before they buy stocks and bonds and gold or Bitcoin or whatever it is they may buy, for generation after generation, we were told, well, get yourself a house. You start a new family, buy that house as your centerpiece. And as you grow older, to your point, maybe not overnight, but as you grow older, it will be the thing that will be your fallback. If you need to sell it, you can send a kid to college. If you need to sell it, you can get your dream retirement home and have cash for the grandkids. And for about the last 2 years, Wall Street at least has said that that's never been true. And I don't know that I see where people do sell their homes after living in them for a long time, and they do extraordinarily well.
Sure. I think the American dream has definitely changed, especially for the millennial generation. So I'm 36 years old, and my husband and I, we rent our primary home, but we own 9 homes. And you're seeing that in people that live in San Francisco, that live in New York City. $3,000 a month, for example, gets you a shoebox. So maybe you're going to rent because the median price point to own in San Francisco is what, $1.2 million? I mean, that's insane. So instead, you're going to rent there, and then you're going to buy in other states and invest and get that rental income. And it's all about, the side hustle money, the cash flow, the Bitcoin, whatever else it is to bring in more money. That's the American dream, is having money in the bank, having security, and being able to make other forms of income, not just necessarily putting it all into one home. And I think that's the main difference from boomers versus people that, in their 20s and their 30s.
Okay.
Were thinking so differently than back then.
Right. Well, Sam, I'm all about the side hustle, so thank you. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you.